this is all you're gonna need for this haircut, but this is the optional stuff. So I have it separated. Optional is what you need. I'll explain it real quick. You need clippers, trimmers. Technically, you could line yourself up with the clippers, but you probably need trimmers. You need a comb or a brush, but I like to have both, so that's why I put brush over there. You need a half guard or 1 guard, 1.5 guard, 2 guard. Should come with the clippers. The clippers have to be able to open and close with the lever. And you need a pick to pick out your hair before you cut, probably. Alright, these will get rid of the stubble underneath the fade. So it's not necessary. This is holding spray. You don't need it, but it makes life easier. Alcohol, you don't need it, you'll survive. Or aftershave, you don't need it, you'll survive. But it's nice to put on after to make sure your skin's nice and clean. Straight edge, razor holder, blade holder. The blades, not necessary, but it will make your lineup more crispy. Brush, I like to use it for the real short hairs instead of the comb, but you can use the comb still. So again, not needed, but it helps. These are enhancements. Again, you don't need them, but it'll make your haircut look better. Enhancement card. Yeah, pretty simple. Another thing you probably need, or you definitely need for the back, you need 2 mirrors or a self-cut mirror. Either you need a mirror and a handheld mirror and a normal mirror, or maybe use your phone camera like I'm doing right now. But you see how hard that is to see. So, but first I picked my hair out. As you can see, it's too long. I don't like it being this long. So I'm gonna trim it down, and then we're gonna do a high taper on the side and blend it into the curls. All right, we trimmed it now. It looks so good. Like, I mess with this. Like the afro look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna curl it, but this is fire. It feels like it's picked out, so it feels, I guess y'all can't feel what it feel like, but if y'all could feel what it feel like, then I wouldn't let y'all feel it, but it feels pretty cool. Oh, you need good lighting. This is bad lighting. This is good lighting. You need to just have a light coming towards where you're cutting. That's the first step, light coming towards. Close that window. So, now that we done trimmed it up and stuff, comb it. Gotta comb it. That's the first step. See how it's all uniform now? It already looks better. Already looks better. Now, if you have a lot of hair, go in with the 2 guard. And go like this. And scoop out. That's if your hair is looking like this right here, you're gonna have to do that. So that you can see what you're doing and all the hair's not in the way. But I don't have that much hair right there. I'm gonna grab my trimmers. I'm gonna set the bald guideline. For a high taper, the high taper gets rid of these C cups. So the bald guidelines gotta get rid of those C cups. C cup gone. Just go barely above the C cup. Just go high enough to take it out, but don't go any higher. The bald guideline, get rid of the C cup, And I usually end it where the ear connects to the head. And now the optional part, take your balding shavers, if you have them. You go up, and then flick out once you get towards the top. Don't go all the way up. Do not go all the way up. If you get ingrown hairs or razor bumps very easily, then I wouldn't recommend using this because it cuts it down so low that if you have real curly hair, the hair will curl under the skin and give you those bumps. It only cuts if the hair is low enough. If the hair has already been cut with like a trimmer or something, it will cut. But this won't cut like this. Well, I'm not gonna test it on that. It's a little, but this won't cut long hair for the most part. I'm not gonna test it on this though. I don't know what was about to happen. Now, comb it down. You can see it's kind of squiggly. Don't really matter. Don't really matter. Grab a clipper. Lever open. Lever open. This is closed. And the blades are closer together. This is the lever open. So we're gonna grab the lever open and go up a finger's width. See that? I was just leaving there for y'all to see. All right, over here, leave this dark right here. So don't go over here. Just stay a little bit inside. Then we could fix this up later. After we line it up. All right, now I don't know if y'all can see, but we have a guideline right here. So we don't get lost in the fade. We're gonna fade that right now. I'm gonna use my brush because the hair is so short. Lever closed. Just tap at that very bottom at the line. That will do most of the work. It's pretty much almost faded just from tapping the line with the lever closed. Now, open the lever just a little bit. Not even halfway, a little under halfway. And go up a little higher. Is it too bright? Something in my eye, you see that? It's probably hair. All right, now we got bald, half, and we go to the one guard. And put the lever open. Brush it down, comb it down, whatever you got. And go up another finger's width. You do want to flick out a little bit just so you don't create harsh guidelines and make the fade real hard to take out. Make it hard to fade, take out the lines. You gotta brush the hair back down. Every time you cut it, the hair moves. Every time you put the guard through it, the hair is gonna move. So you gotta brush it back down. See, like right here, I see people walking around with worse haircuts than this. They just leave it like this. It's pretty easy to give yourself a decent haircut, at least on the side. Once you understand the process a little. Sometimes I just move it back with my finger. Pro tip, the bigger the guard is, the further away the blade that's cutting the hair is from where you at. So like right here, it's not cutting it at the top, it's cutting it like a little below because I have a guard on it. Because it only cuts where the blade is, and with the guard on there's more space. If I put this 2 guard on, it's cutting right here, it's not cutting up here. See that? So if I'm right here, it's only cutting like right here still. If you don't know that, your haircut's gonna take forever because you're not cutting any hair. Because you think you're right here, you think you're cutting right here, but you're really cutting all the way down here. If I would have known that when I first started, that would have helped me a lot. I just explained something I remember, or I could tell the length of the hair. This is the one open. We just did the one open. Now we're gonna close the lever. It was open, now we're gonna close it and just soften it up. Since the skin also moves as you're doing it, I like to just hold it some type of way, stretch it so it don't move. But then you don't have a hand to brush it. So that's why cutting yourself is a little harder than other people. Usually I would go up again and then come back and finish fading this. But so y'all don't get lost in the fade, which is very easy to do. We're gonna go with our half guard. We're gonna go half guard open and go a little lower than we were with the 1 guard. Now I'm gonna close it and try to get right where the lever opened without a guard and the next guideline meets. I'm just gonna try to get like right here blended. I'm gonna open it little by little and move up. I think it's pretty good. I'll come back to it if I see something. Right, now grab the 1.5 guard, lever open. And now I'm gonna switch to the comb because longer hair is easier to manage with combs instead of brushes. And we're just gonna go up another little finger's width. As you can see, right here is what we're trying to get. I usually just play with it until I see it start to blend. I would definitely flick out on this part. Okay, yeah, this looks better now. Now I'm gonna close the lever and go a little lower than I was just going. Right now I'm just using like half the blade so I can be more precise. If it's right here, I'll use like most of the blade. Now I gotta blend it into the top, which is probably the hardest part. I'm gonna grab my 2 guard first, the lever open, just to see what I can do before I just freehand it. I'm combing down some of the top hairs. That's why you see another guideline. I'm gonna try to take that out with the 2 open. Right now, I think I'm just gonna freehand it with the trimmers. If you don't wanna freehand it, you can do, it depends how your hair is. What style, if you got like my style, if you got curls or afro on the top, you could go like this. You could comb all this down. And then come with like a 1.5 and go with the grain. Go like this, because it cuts longer with the grain than against the grain. And that will blend it without you having to freehand it. So that makes it a little easier. But I'm still going freehand it. It's blended pretty nice. I see a little bit of a weight line right here. I'm gonna grab my 2 guard. You see it kind of it's lighter, then kind of gets dark a little bit. I don't know if y'all can tell. Looks pretty good, right? Your angle's a little different than what I'm looking at, but it should look pretty good for the camera too. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, obviously. I'm gonna take my 1.5 guard and cut down behind the ear. So I can line it up. 1 open guard. Spray my holding spray behind my ear. fine with the trimmers behind your ear, taking off as little hair as possible. Don't cut none of the stubble unless you... I have a front taper. Just comb down that. What I do is I take the one open and I go with the grain on my front taper. It didn't really cut off nothing, but now I grab the holding spray. Spray on the next strip. I don't want it all over my face. See where my hairline actually starts? Like, okay. So I could go like right here and be fine. But what's happening though is I trimmed some of the front. So those hairs are trying to get into my front taper. I didn't record me starting the lineup, but look, I did this side, I did the rough draft for this side. You start in the middle and work your way to one side. And you want to come over top of it. Don't push it, because it's just gonna push the hairs up. And if they're straight hairs like these and they overhang, then it's not gonna work. They gotta come over top of it. Rough draft. This side's lower. Side's going like that in the corner. Gotta be able to tell if it's straight or not. Look at it further away. I can barely see because I'm using the camera, so like it's harder for me to see. And now we do the vertical bars. Brush it like that, and come over top and just try to make a 90-degree angle with the corner. It's okay to push it a little bit to make it crispy. I didn't really push mine like that. I just did it as much as I needed to. I'm gonna do the other side off camera because I can't really see with this setup. Yes sir, yes sir. Now I'm gonna use a straight edge razor. Get it real crispy. And make sure it lasts longer. Even though I could just do it again real quick. It's more crispy. And because I use these, which aren't as sharp as my other ones. Don't be intimidated by these. They're pretty easy to use. As long as you stretch the skin and are at the right angle and don't apply pressure. Stretch the skin. Go at a 30-degree angle about. And just let it glide. Pretty easy. We got it, most of it razored in. I'm gonna hit this real quick. Cause we kept it dark right here, so I'm making sure it's transitions. Okay. I don't really need the enhancements, but I'm trying to make it look good for the video and the thumbnail, so you know. People be paying money when they could just do it themselves. I guarantee you, if I went to a barber, they would not do it like this, how I want it. Unless I went to like a real good one.